bring in former Assistant Secretary of the Treasury under Biden, Ben Harris, and the CEO and Chief Global Strategist of Euro-Pacific Capital, Inc., Peter Schiff. Good to see you both, fellas. Ben, I start with you. What do you make of my assessment, and why do you believe that Harris is better than Trump when it comes to restoring the economy for the people who need it?
So I think you gave a very fair assessment. You asked all the right questions. Let me answer the second question first, which is a person can't reasonably compare Harris's plans with Trump's plans because Trump has no details. So on Social Security, for example, if you go to his website and you look at his platform, he says things like, I want to protect Social Security and Medicare. I don't want to raise the retirement age, but he gives no other details. When you talk about first-time homebuyer tax credits, he says on his website, he says, look, I want to make home buying more affordable for first-time home buyers, but gives no other details. So like you said, Chris, you really can't compare apples to oranges because you don't even know what fruit you're dealing with when it comes to Trump. On the question around price gouging, I think you're asking the right question, right? So, as a capitalist, you don't want to see government dictating exactly what prices. I mean, that'd be insane if the government came out and said, you can charge $5 for Cheerios, but not $6. But my interpretation of her plan was simply what you said at the outset, which was extending the ban that most states have had in place for a long time on price gouging in the case of economic disruptions or in the case of disasters to the federal government, which is not extreme. It's not radical. Most Americans live under those type of laws right now.
It's also not what's happening. It's also not what's happening. She's saying, I'm going to help you with the price structure for fuel oil, for gas, for groceries. But we're both acknowledging that you're defining a fix that doesn't apply to the status quo.
Well, in her fact sheet, she exclusively limited price gouging to groceries, which is similar to the state plans.
Yeah, but we're not in an emergency event right now. This is just market structure. These corporations are making the money that they can make. You're saying you're going to control it, but let me bounce it over to Brother Schiff for perspective on this. Now, look, I do think it's fair. Just calling her comrade and all that wouldn't work for you when you're meeting with clients, right, Pete? I mean, you're talking to people, you're not talking about it that way. You're not saying, oh, that other guy, that banker, he's a jerk. That's not what's going to get you. What do you think, from a policy perspective, gives Trump an advantage here?
Well, first of all, Harris didn't have any details either, to be fair. She just has these grandiose plans that won't work. She talks about creating an economy with opportunity and competition. You get that from free market capitalism. You don't centrally plan that the way she wants to do it. But the real problem is she's going after the symptoms of inflation, not the cause. Inflation is not caused by companies raising prices. It's the inflation that causes those companies to raise prices. Now, where did we get the inflation? Well, we got the inflation because we ran massive deficits under the Biden administration, where the government spent a lot of money that it didn't collect in taxes. And so the Federal Reserve had to create that money out of thin air, and that's the inflation. Now, to be fair, we ran big deficits under Trump. We ran big deficits under Obama. So let me finish. All the inflation, all the inflation chickens are coming home to roost now. The only solution is to dramatically reduce government spending, and Harris is promising the opposite. In fact, what she's promising to do with grocery stores, she's going to put a lot of grocery stores out of business, especially in the inner cities.
Well, the margins are very thin.
Grocery
margins
stores
are very thin for grocery stores. Very small, like somewhere between 3 and 7%. Yeah.
And she even admitted that most grocery stores aren't overcharging. She just wants to go after the ones that are. Well, then why don't people just shop at the ones that aren't? People aren't idiots. But the reality is all the new regulation that she's going to have to impose on every single grocery store is going to put several of them out of business. And so now you're going to have fewer stores. You're going to have even higher prices. And what she's going to end up doing is creating shortages. And so certain food items may not even be available unless you buy them illegally on the black market, and then you're going to have a really high price because the people selling you the food could go to jail.
How can you say you don't
but
have
that's
any
an exaggerated circumstance.
Last word. It's one or the other.
Last word, Ben. Last word, Ben.
I mean, I don't say you can say she has no details in her plan and then make these claims like she's going to put all these grocery stores out of business. It's one or the other.
Either she didn't have any details. She didn't say how she's going to do it. She just said what she wants to do.
Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.